9th November 2022, talking about Hajia 4Reall, that she has been arrested in the UK and how it was a joint operation between FBI in America and also the Interpol, and how she will be extradited to the USA to face justice and a whole lot. I made several videos about it. If you want to watch to know how this whole story developed, the links are in the description. Now, finally, she has been extradited to the USA to face justice, and this was the press release that came from the United States Attorney's Office as at yesterday, Monday, 15th May 2023. Prominent Ghanaian influencer charged for role in romance scheme and extradited from United Kingdom to the United States. Mona Faiz Montrage received over $2 million in fraud proceeds and pretended to marry one victim to further the fraud scheme. Damian Williams, the United States Attorney for the South District of New York, and also Michael Driscoll, the Assistant Director in charge of New York Field Office of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, announced the unsealing of a 6-count indictment charging Mona Faiz Montrage for her role in a series of romance schemes and for laundering the proceeds of these schemes. Montrage was arrested in the United Kingdom on November 10, 2022, and was extradited from United Kingdom on May 12, 2023. Montrage will be presented before United States District Judge Paul Crotty, to whom the case is assigned later today. As to one victim, Montrage used her real name and spoke to the victim several times by phone. Montrage sent the victim a tribal marriage certificate purporting to show that Montrage and the victim had been married in Ghana. The victim sent Montrage approximately 82 wire transfers, totaling approximately $89,000 to purportedly help with costs associated with Montrage's father's farm in Ghana. In total, Montrage controlled bank accounts that received over $2 million in fraudulent funds from the enterprise. Montrage, 30, of Accra, Ghana, is charged with 1 count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud, 1 count of wire fraud, 1 count of money laundering conspiracy, and 1 count of money laundering, each of which carry a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. Montrage is also charged with 1 count of receipt of stolen money, which carries a maximum sentence of 10 years in prison, and 1 count of conspiracy to receive stolen money, which carries a maximum sentence of 5 years in prison. Now, why are they? It's like they've separated the thing some way because they want her to, hey, you are charging somebody with 1 count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud, and then charging the person again with 1 count of wire fraud. So the person has received the wire fraud, who said has done wire fraud, you are charging the person conspiracy to do it and also doing it. After that, conspiracy to launder money, and then you charge the person again for laundering money, and then you charge the person again conspiracy to receive stolen money, and you charge the person again for receiving stolen money. Hey! Aye. Now, the New York Post also came out with, a lengthy article on what is going on with her. Influencer is extradited to US in 20 million romance scam targeting older single Americans. And this is from the New York Post. A Ghanaian social media influencer has been extradited from the United Kingdom to the US for allegedly swindling over $2 million from older single American men and women in a twisted Lonely Hearts scam, federal prosecutor said on Monday. Mona Faiz Montrage, 30, of Accra, Ghana, appeared in Manhattan federal court on Monday for her alleged involvement in a series of romance schemes targeting older people who lived alone, and that's what the prosecutor said. Now, the first article I read was when she was extradited to go and face the law. Now, this one is what happened in court. I'm the Headless YouTuber, this is Headless Reactions. Alatari, Yanko! Now, let's continue. Montrage, who had around 3.4 million Instagram followers of her page Hajia 4Reall at one point, from at least 2013 through to 2019 was involved with a group of con artists from West Africa who assumed fake identities to trick people into thinking they were in relationship with them using emails, texts, and social media messages, and that's what the feds are saying. The scammers would then get the victims to transfer money to them under false pretenses such as to help move gold to the US from overseas to resolve bogus FBI investigations, and also the payments to help fake US Army officers in Afghanistan, the court papers allege. Montrage in one case allegedly duped a victim into sending her $89,000 through 82-wire transfers on the pretext of helping her father's farm in Ghana, the court documents claim. She tricked the person into believing the pair were married by sending them a tribal marriage certificate after a series of phone conversations using her real identity, and this is what the filing alleges. Montrage also received money from several others who were swindled by scammers in her network, prosecutors allege. In total, Montrage netted $2 million in funds the group ripped off from victims to bank accounts she had in Bronx and elsewhere, including one opened in the name of 4Reall Designs, a supposed clothing company. 4Reall Designs. She then allegedly laundered the stolen money to other members of the enterprise, the indictment charges, which means it's not only Hajia 4Reall in this. There are lots of other people. Accra Usheko. And I quote, as alleged, Mona Faiz Montrage was a member of a criminal conspiracy that specifically targeted older Americans through romance scams, Manhattan U.S. Attorney Damian Williams said in a statement. These scams can be both financially and emotionally devastating to vulnerable victims. Thanks to the efforts of our law enforcement partners, Montrage was arrested abroad and has been brought to the U.S. to face justice, the statement continues. The social media influencer, whose Instagram account was among the top 10 most followed in Ghana, was arrested on November 10, 2022 in the UK for the alleged conspiracy and brought to the US on Friday. She is charged with wire fraud, money laundering, receipts of stolen money, and conspiracy and faces up to 20 years in prison if convicted. So it's not like constant that she's going to get 20 years. If convicted, she's facing up to 20 years, which means she can get less if she is found guilty. Montrage pleaded not guilty during her court appearance and was set to be released on home detention to her aunt's New Jersey residence in coming days on $500,000 bond. With Uncle GPS or with GPS tracking via an Uncle monitor, her lawyer and the prosecutor's office confirmed. Okay, at this time, all we know is that there are 6 alleged victims and only 2 dealt with a woman. And only one of them claims that he dealt with Miss Montrage, and this is what her attorney, Adam Cortez, said. Okay, now in all this, there are lots going on social media. I'll bring another video to talk about what people are saying and how some people are dragging Abeku Santana into this and all that. But so far, this is the latest development. Hajia 4Reall has been extradited to the USA. She has gone to court, and now she's out and she's been detained on house arrest or whatever with ankle monitor. Nature says she can't move in certain distances. She can only move from New York to New Jersey, from the residence to the court. She can't go anywhere else. I'll bring you full gist very soon. And I don't know, watch other videos on this channel. Tell somebody about Headless. Yeah,